Good afternoon to you. My name's Wayne. I am the Lone Cybertronian. Welcome to this latest review. So as I said, I'm going to make this one a really quick one because I've got the big boy of Menasor to come soon. But I said I would cover the unofficial, well, maybe even 7th Stunticon before I do that. So today, very briefly, we're going to have a little look at Combiner Wars Legends class. I think it's Legends class anyway. Blackjack, who with Combiner Wars, Menasor actually forms his chest plate, which was a bit of a new thing. I know that obviously Motormaster had a car that came with him in G1 that strapped on as Menasor's chest plate, but they decided to actually create an actual transformer, well, a repurposed Micromaster in this case, to actually form the chest plate of Menasor, as they all had some Legends class figure to accompany them. But anyway, I'm waffling a little bit, so let's see what we can do with this little guy. Alrighty, and here we go. So here he is in his robot mode. So as I said, this is Blackjack, based roughly on the G1 Micromaster of the same name, if nothing else just due to the colour scheme. And he's quite a nice little robot. I really like his head, even though it's not the same as the G1 character. They decided to give it some difference. I actually do quite like the face. I think they've put that on there to differentiate it from when they turn the mould into Rodimus for the Optimus Prime chest plate. But yeah, he's a really nice little figure. Nice proportions and everything. He's a little bit clunky in places where, for example, the wheels keep clacking into the chest plate, so you can't pose him, massively well, but he's for a Legends class, he's absolutely fine. The head is on a swivel, as you can see, it moves left and right. The arms out to the sides, forward and back, limited a little bit by the wheel underneath. We've got some elbows, which is always nice. No waist swivel. Legs are on ball joints, so they're all over the place, backwards and forwards, again limited by his back kibble. He's got knees, and he's got no feet. But there's more than enough in there for you to be able to pose him. Now, I've got no really bad points to say about this. I just like the detailing there on the chest plate, on the midriff. It looks kind of cool, and the chest plate just comes down to meet it, which is nice. But yeah, he's quite a nice little robot. And then he's got a tiny Decepticon symbol on his shoulder as well. Accessories wise, we have his spoiler, which transforms into an axe. Well, it doesn't transform, the spoiler just becomes an axe in his robot mode, continuing the theme of close combat weapons for the Stunticons, which is fine. But I always like my Transformers to have a ranged weapon. I always think that the Transformer wars are dominated predominantly by ranged weapons. I always think that someone who's only carrying a melee weapon is going to struggle. And I always thought that this looked like it should be able to be clipped on as some kind of ranged weapon. But I've tried loads of ways to do it. For example, I tried getting it onto the arm here. Just wait for that to focus, just clipping it over. And it seems like I don't know, Hasbro could have just literally made a way for it to just clip onto the arm, but like the pegs are just too far apart or just too close together to clip onto anything to form a decent weapon. However, I persevered, and for some reason this only works on his left arm, but you rotate the arm around like that, so you've got the inner arm facing outwards, and you can take one of the two tabs that hold the axe on in his vehicle mode and just tab it into that hole. Come on, camera, you can do it. Just push it into the hole in his wrist, and it does actually stay in. For some reason it only works on the left wrist, it doesn't work on the right one. The right one just pushes out, but for some reason the left one will hold it. I'm not sure if that's the same on everyone's copy, but on mine it allows him to then have a ranged weapon in the form of his axe pointing that way, and it does look like a blaster. Now, because of the wheel, it means he can't hold it close to the body and aim it straight, but because he does have his head turn, he can actually hold a pose with it pointing, which I think is actually damn cool. Now, I know there are I know there are conversion kits and add-ons that allow you to, have him with a weapon a different way, but this is obviously non-modified version, so that is the best you can do to give him a ranged weapon with what he has, as far as I know. If there is any other way, then I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, I'm perfectly content with that, and it just gives him that little bit of extra ranged edge, and obviously you can use it as an axe as well. So anyway, that is Dead End. That is Blackjack in his robot mode. Let's have a little look and see what that Diddy car mode looks like. Well, what do you know? Diddy car mode's a winner as well. Let's have a look at this. So, same as G1, Blackjack transforms into a little race car. Obviously not the same, because G1 Blackjack was a repaint of Swindler, who transformed into a DeLorean, Back to the Future kind of car, and obviously Blackjack then turned into the same thing. So obviously we're a far cry from that, but it is obviously a sports car. Looks really nice with the gold windows, which are painted all the way around rather than just a couple of them. Usually they wouldn't paint that, but it's his chest plate, so there you go. Lovely purple stripe down the side and a couple of details on the back. Nice looking Decepticon symbol right in the middle. Headlights have been picked out as well. Just letting the camera focus there for a moment. And he's really nice. He does have a rolling problem a little bit, because as you can probably see here, if the camera wants to behave itself, which it doesn't. Oh dear. But you can just about see up here, look, is the wheel just scrapes on the wheel guard a little bit there. I mean, it does go, but it just scrapes a little bitty bit. And that's the only flaw I've got with it, really. Everything else is absolutely spot on. Yep, that's literally the only flaw, is that right there. I mean, if you put him on a surface, he does roll. But that's the only problem that I have with him. His accessory does fit on in vehicle mode as well. It just clips on the back. As you can see, there's two holes in the back there. You've got the two tabs on the axe, and it literally just tabs in and looks kind of ridiculous. I feel like they could have done something a little bit better, maybe even just a single hinge in there to fold it back, perhaps. But just have a clip on that, it does look kind of daft. However, it's a weapon storage. It gives him a spoiler in his vehicle mode, and also a weapon as well, if you want to count it as that. So, you've got to take the pluses with the minuses. But yeah, there is Blackjack in his vehicle mode. I must admit, it's a nice little mould. I say this a lot in my reviews, it's not groundbreaking, but it is more than functional. It's one that I'm quite pleased with. And he's definitely a figure I'm glad to have in my collection. I do recall he was quite a struggle to get a hold of, and I just happened to find him in Toys R Us, I think, when that was open, and grabbed him before he could disappear again. So yeah, I'm quite pleased to have him in my collection. Really quite chuffed. But yeah, there you go. That's Combiner Wars Blackjack review, all done. Thank you very much for joining me on this one. I am about to do my Menasor review, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it because of the sheer size of the guy. I hadn't thought that far ahead, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, with regards to this review, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.